Hello and welcome to Richmond, site to race number 26 of the NRSL Hooters Series season number 3. Tonight we decide the 16 drivers who will fight it out in 10 races with a chance to win it at Homestead. Stephen Pollard III will start on the pole alongside one of the Richmond hometown drivers, Amanda Shelly. Matthew Marias and Jake Bassinger will start in row 2 with Jay Stella, Chris Washer row 3, Mary Shelley in row 4 alongside Kyle Collins and Jonathan Zorline. And the third Shelley in the field, Jerry Shelley, will start in row number 5 as well. Here's the rest of your starting grid tonight. The points coming into play, not that really matters for the chase. It's pretty self-explanatory here, though. Charles Sanford holds a 137-point lead over Alex May, and third in points is Maxwell Chan, 149 back. Actually, there's only two drivers. Okay, so I had to do this a couple times. There's only two drivers who can actually leave here as the points leader. Those are Charles Sanford and Alex May. Maxwell Chan can be as close as 1 point back. Rest of the top 10 in points is William Duncan, Time Pollard, Preston Plord, Dylan Young, Mary Shelley, Jake Bassinger, and Chris Louvier. Charles Sanford and Alex May both have race wins, meaning the points leader will not have a race win, which will not factor into the chase. Highest driver in points without a win coming into play is Bassinger in 9th in the points. The chase grid and how it looks coming into play. Charles Sanford, William Duncan tied atop with 3 wins each. Kyle Collins, Max Newworth both also locked in with 2 wins. Locked in with 1 win are drivers Maxwell Chan, Alex May, Mary Shelley, Sky Commons, Time Pollard, Preston Plord, Dylan Young, Chris Louvier, and Kyle Matthews. Mason Neal, Henry Powers, and Eric Powers still are in the chase coming in. Here's the command.
Start the engines.
Pretty interesting command there. Like I said, Mason Neal, Henry Powers, Eric Powers both all come into this race with the final 3 spots held. Mason Neal, with a new race winner tonight, would only have to finish 36th or better to lock in. If there's a repeat winner, he's already locked in no matter what. As well as those two, really. As long as they can stay top 30 in the points. Brennan Patterson comes into this race not in the top 30 in points, but also not in the chase grid. He's 115 points back of Eric Powers, so he'd have to get past Powers in the points as well as make the top 30 to be a part of the chase. Onboard cameras that we will carry, as this is going to freeze for a moment. Those drivers being the 9, the 21, the 60, the 6, the 16, 5, 7, and 33. Green flag's out. We're underway here from Richmond. So the field's already going to be almost 3 wide coming off turn number 2. It's weird. Oh well. Something flashed up on the screen a little bit there. I'm not sure how much that's going to affect anything. Looks like the field will make it through 1 lap. Unless there's trouble in the back. Nope, we made it through a lap. Battle for second here between Jay Stella and Matthew Marias. Going to quickly get settled there. Caution flag flies, though, for the first time tonight. There's trouble on the front straightaway. And Jake Bassinger turned into the fence. And around goes Eric Powers in the 2. Kyle Matthews gets a piece of it. And Matt Duncan with damage, as well as the 20 Marcus Bruno. Alex Mays got damage. So too does Brennan Patterson. And Zach Kreller on the pit lane. So it looks like that might be where our caution started there with the 1. Everyone else, though, settles it out. And let's take a look back at what happened to bring us under the caution for the first time tonight. So coming off turn number 4, here's what happened. There's contact there on the inside. Johnny Gardner's the one that's going to turn the 1 car around. Oh, they might have been 4 wide. Okay, so we're going to have to get a better camera angle at this, but Kreller doesn't have much damage there. What happens to him to get the damage? Oh, that's what. He smacks into Gardner. Okay. So let's take a look, see if we can't find out what happened maybe a little bit better. And indeed, yes, 4 wide at Richmond. Yeah, this isn't going to work. Alex May, Sam Young there. And Kreller could have given a little bit more room there, in all honesty. Comes back up the track, though, does Gardner. Right into Brennan Patterson. Spins the 17 out. And then the damage to the right side of the 18. And then back here, no caution or no spin there with the 7. But Eric Powers ended up going around. Let's take a look at how this happened coming off turn number 4. Maxwell Chan gets to the left rear. A little bit of contact there with the 99. And around goes Eric Powers. And the 88 actually goes up to the wall further back a little bit. Jordan Davis gets a piece of that in the 64. There's Kyle Matthews, the 38 car makes contact. And believe when Powers pulls up the track, Alex May runs into the back of the 50. And Brennan Patterson's going to end up running into the back of someone. No, he got hit from the behind by Johnny Gardner, actually. So let's take a look back at what happened here with the 88 coming off turn 4. And maybe my answer, what happened? Oh, there's where the 77 gets the nose damage. Okay. So a couple of spins back here. The 88's actually going to get kind of turned a little bit. Yep, by the 6. And, Seth Cole actually also got turned a little bit. But Matt Balding as well in the 11 just gets a little too far down there. That's all that happens here. He's going to get a little too far down on the track, and the car's just going to spin out a little bit on him. Luckily, has the 50 there to kind of steer him back straight. But a little bit of contact there for Alex May's car as well. And as I said, Brennan Patterson ends up running into the back of the 11. Charles Sanford hits the 88 a little bit. And there's Patterson. So with that, a lot of stuff happened, but we'll get back to the restart here on what should be around lap 8. Oh yeah, I was a little bit off, somewhat. We'll be starting lap 8 when we get the green flag. Zach Kreller 1 lap down. The top 10, Stephen Pod III, Jay Stella, Matthew Marias, Mary Shelley, Jonathan Zorline, Sky Commons, Chris Washer, Mason Neal, Matt Dixon, and Jake Baskinger. Mary Shelley quick to make the move on the 34, wants third as they go through turns 1 and 2. Pollard didn't quite clear the 1 car. Sky Commons around and into the wall. That's going to bring out the caution. And this could be hazardous coming back. Oh, someone spun. Well, that's Kyle Matthews involved. Amanda Shelley, one of the Richmond drivers. Kazuyoshi's got damage as well. I believe I saw, and I'm pretty sure I know I saw as well. Time Pollard in the 04 is involved. I'm pretty sure I saw the 98. Jeff James has more damage. So too does Dylan Thoreau. Jonathan Zorline with a ton of damage on the 77. Mason Neal has damage to the rear end of his car. Matt Dixon's got damage in the 8. Thought I saw the 98 involved, but I can't find the car on pit lane. Chris Louvier's got damage. There's Kyle Collins. There's the 11. There's the 98 smoking as well. So that's going to be it for Jessica Shelton's night. So a big wreck here. Let's take a look back at what happened. So here's what happened to Sky Commons. Going inside of his own teammate here off turn number 2. Gets a little bit loose. Tries to correct it. Right down the track into Chris Washer. And no one hits him. But let's check out Washer's vehicle here and see what happens. He's all set up on a very bad line here. Oh, sheesh. Wow. So Mary Shelley actually gets turned. So coming through 3 and 4, Shelley's peeking to the inside of the 1 car here of Zach Kreller. And then just gets absolutely dumped by the 34. Matthew Marias comes right back up the track. Nowhere for Jonathan Zorline to go. Hard hit for him. Matt Dixon gets involved. So too does the 8 of Matt Dixon. Mason Neal, Kyle Collins involved. There's Shelly getting flipped by Time Pollard in the 04. Louvier gets into it. There's Kyle Matthews involved. He's already smoking, though, at that point. So what happened to the 38? So there's another wreck as well. In addition... Oh, well... Yeah, so that happened. So everyone's trying to get through these corners. And the 04 starts to turn down the track and just definitely not clear there. Hooks the 98 up into the wall. And obviously Pollard getting his own kind of just results there. Kyle Matthews going to come along right into the 98. There's Kazuyoshi getting his damage. Matt Balding smacks into the 98 as well. Just a chaotic scene here. And with that, let's go ahead and get back to the restart. Well, just like that, we're set to go on lap number 13 here. Drivers out of the race right now: Jessica Shelton, Matt Balding, Hiroshi Kazuyoshi, Chris Louvier, Amanda Shelley, Kyle Matthews, Jeff James, Time Pollard, Jonathan Zorline. Leaving 33 cars on the track. Stephen Pollard III is the race leader. Jay Stella, Matthew Marias, Mary Shelley, Jerry Shelley, Chris Washer, Mason Neal, Eric Powers, Kyle Collins, and Jake Baskinger, the top 10 right now as they stand. And the green flag back out. We're underway once again. Jerry Shelley now quickly going to make the move on the 7. And we've got a battle for the top spot here. Oh my God, big trouble in the back. Just a couple of cars upside down. I saw the 32 and the 19. Jay Stella leads back to the line. Now time to look at who's involved. Sky Commons. Ben Neuwirth I saw flipping. Preston Plord involved. Jake Baskinger as well. So with that, let's go and take a look back at what happened there on the restart. So the field goes off into turn number 1 here. They're going to be 3 wide there with Plord. Plord makes contact with the left rear, and Neuwirth slides up the track. Perfect set of circumstances, and all 3 of them up into the air and over. Neuwirth doing a couple barrel rolls down the back straightaway. Dylan Young gets a piece of it. Everyone else kind of doing a good job just to miss it, I think. Cosmic Nova actually gets a piece of it in the 42. And Jordan Davis gets underneath the 19, gets some damage, as well as I believe the 20, Marcus Bruno. Just holy crap. Alright. So another caution, another big wreck brings out the caution here on lap number 15. We'll go back to the restart. And we are set to go with the restart here on what will be lap 20 when they get the green flag. Drivers out of the race after that: Ben Neuwirth, Jake Baskinger, and Preston Plord. Top 10 now will be Jay Stella's Stephen Pollard III, Jerry Shelley, Matthew Marias, Chris Washer, Mason Neal, Mary Shelley, Eric Powers, Maxwell Chan, and Kyle Collins. Green flag back out. We're underway once again at Richmond. Maxwell Chan making some moves towards the back half of the top 10. And around goes the 34. Caution flag flies once again. Uh-oh. Oh boy. Shelly got spun again. It's been a rough night for the 7. So 34 goes around. Let's take a look what happened there. Coming off turn number 2, Marias makes contact with the 23, and again Washer with the assist turns him. Thing is, Washer actually makes contact as well, gets the 90 into the wall. And what happened to the 7? Well, they're 4 wide. That's usually never a good sign. But Mary Shelley gets turned around by Maxwell Chan up the track and doesn't hit anyone. So another caution and another restart upcoming. We'll bring you back for it. And we are back. It'll be 15 to go when we get the green flag. Nobody new out of the race, but only 30 cars left running at this point. Jay Stella is the leader, followed by Stephen Potter III, Jerry Shelley, Mason Neal, Mary Shelley, Maxwell Chan, Eric Powers, Kyle Collins, Matt Dixon, Seth Cole, the top 10. Then Mason Powers, Chris Washer, Henry Powers, William Duncan, Card Pollard, Brian Patterson, Max Newirth, Marcus Bruno, Jordan Davis, and Dylan Thoreau, the top 20. Thing about if Jay Stella won, that would actually not affect the chase picture at all if Jay Stella were to win. Because he'd still have to overtake Eric Powers in the points right now. Green flag back out. We're underway once again. And they're going to be 3 wide for the lead by the time they reach turn 1, maybe. Yes, they will by the time they exit it. Oh, this is close. Close quarters race in here for the lead. Jerry Shelley now gets it. Now this is the battle for 3rd. Caution flag flies once again. And it's Sky Commons. Looks like Matt Duncan is also involved. Let's take a look back at what happened. Coming off turn 2 once again. Johnny Gardner looks to have gone a little loose. Matt Duncan going to be the car that goes up to the wall with him. Just barely clips the 42. Sam Young going to be lucky to have gone around this. And Sky Commons trying to avoid it. Actually, he's going to hit both cars there and actually hits Nova in the driver's door. Been a rough night for Sky Commons. Luckily for him, locked into the chase, so guess that's the bright side for him. We'll take you back to the restart. And we are back for the restart. No new retirees. Jerry Shelley looking for his first win of the season right now. He leads. Mason Neal is 2nd with 10 to go right now. Maxwell Chan 3rd. Stephen Potter 3rd, 4th. Jay Stella 5th. Mary Shelley, Kyle Collins, Matt Dixon, Eric Powers, Chris Wash to the top 10. Henry Powers is in 11th. And the reason I mention that is with Jerry Shelley leading right now, the differential between Henry Powers and Eric Powers coming in was 7 points. Jerry Shelley came into this race higher in points than them, meaning if he wins, he's in the chase. Right now, Eric Powers is ahead of Henry Powers in the points by a single point as they run. Green flag back out. We're underway once again. Mason Neal right now is the 2 Powers' best friends right now as he goes for the lead, trying to take away from Jerry Shelley. He'll do so as they come off turn number 2. Stephen Pollard III is not one of the ones that they like right now at this point. Pollard is close enough to where he'd pretty much overtake them no matter what. We're still green with 8 laps to go. There was 9 when they got the restart. Right now, the Powers' best friend would be a repeat winner or just someone who's not going to overtake them, maybe. I don't know how Jay Stella looks right now. Oh, that was close with Kyle Collins. He's up in the wall. Keeps it going straight. We stay green. Stephen Pollard III starting to catch back up to the back bumper of the 39 car. Jerry Shelley starting to get back up into the mix. Pollard makes the move with 6 laps to go now. Oh, come on. Don't squeeze them up that close. Oh, and someone's spinning back. It's Alex May. And the caution with 5 to go might bring about a green-white checkered for the 2nd straight night. And that's a big mess. Involving Eric Powers! And his car's done! If it wasn't done before, it's definitely done now. Sam Young involved, Cosmic Nova. Several drivers involved. Let's take a look at what happened, see if we're going to actually get back to racing in regulation or not. Alright, so we're going to follow the two here of Eric Powers because he was involved. He's the main guy involved in this wreck. And it looks like... Oh, that's what it's going to be. Yep. Alright. So he clips the back end of someone, turns him into... I think it was the one there. Turns him down the track. That's the damage that's going to put him pretty much out of the race. Dylan Young with a hard hit to the rear end of his car. Max Neward also gets a piece of this as well. And then the big mess ends up coming up here where these guys are trying to get around him. And I'm not quite sure what happened or transpired here between the two cars of the 42 and the 2. I guess Eric Powers decided he was going to try and stay on track, but I don't get why he was going to try and stay on track. The car was obviously done. I mean, obviously extra points is all good and well, but there's no way he was going to make that. Just absolutely no way. And he takes out Nova with them. So, fairly careless move there by Eric Powers. Already was done and out of the race, and now that puts Nova out of the race as well. Let's see if we're going to get a restart here in this one. And we are back for 2 laps here at Richmond. And Eric Powers anxiously waits on in the garage area, done for the day in the 28th position. The most he pretty much has to hope that's a repeat winner. That's literally what he's got to hope for. Green flag's out. We're underway for 2 laps here from Richmond. 24 cars left in this one. A little bit of contact towards the back. Is anyone going to be able to chase down the 57? If the 60 can win, the 2 will be in the chase. It's going to come down to the 57 or the 2. They're wrecking in the back. It doesn't matter. Off turn number 4. Stephen Paul III wins at Richmond. They wreck behind him. And that chaos show is over. Max Newart done with damage. And for pretty much a majority of this field, I think just glad that they can get this one over with. Stephen Paul III, though, wins, and I think that will put him into the chase for the NRSL Hooters Series Season number 3. So there's a look at top 24. You've already seen 25th on down. They were drivers 1 lap down or out of the race in regulation. Thank you for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.